Dad, champ.
Hi, Grandpa.
Hey, buddy, how you doing? How you feeling?
A little sick.
Yeah, your dad told me he wasn't feeling too good. But I tell you what, I think maybe we could help you with that.
Really?
Yeah, I know it'll make you feel all better.
What?
How about if I tell you a story? Would you like that? All right, well, I got the book right here. All right, let me put my glasses on. All right. Now, this book that I'm about to read to you, it's called The Criterion Connection Review of The Princess Bride. All right. Once...
Whoa. Hold on. There's no kissing, is there?
Well, there might be a little bit, but we'll get to that when we get to it. All right. As I was saying, the Criterion Connection Review of The Princess Bride. Once upon a time, in a basement, there were two guys who talk about movies. And they were doing just that, talking about movies, when all of a sudden, they started talking about the Princess Bride.
Yeah. I think I saw that on the news. Yeah.
Oh, he's reading the book.
Hello.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Criterion Connection.
Yes. I'm
Wade, and yeah, I'm Scott.
That's why I do the intros.
Yeah, but I wanted to take over because I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
As you can see, Joe is not reviewing this week's show. I'm doing this week's show because I really love this movie. Spoiler alert, if you haven't figured out by now, if I'm doing the review, I'm always gonna, it's a bye for me.
Basically, you're like, I'm doing that one. You don't even ask. You just say, I'm doing that one.
Yeah, that's basically what I do. I just say, put me in that one.
And Joe and you did Spinal Tap.
We did do Spinal Tap.
I wanted to do Spinal Tap. I come here, and you guys already did the review. What the hell?
It's not my fault.
How did you do the review in my house? And I didn't know about it.
Because your mom was home.
Oh, that's true. Anyway, so we're doing Princess Bride.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, this came out last week.
On the Criterion Collection.
Yes, on Blu-ray.
But it's been out since 1987? 1987?
Yes, 1987.
Yeah. I love this movie. Actually, I had to do a little convincing to get you to watch it back in the day.
Yes.
For the same reason, it took a lot of convincing to get me to watch it when I was a kid. Because when you look at the movie, you hear the title, you see certain things, you think this is going to be a girl movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you're a kid,
and the intro is it's basically us as the audience. Like, I don't want no kissing.
Yeah, like when you're a kid, you don't want to hear that stuff. You don't want kissing and
then
romance
you end up,
and stuff like that.
And ends up you do.
Well, yeah.
Deep down.
Well, not just for yourself, but in your movies.
But Princess Bride is a tale of love.
It's a tale
adventure,
of love, adventure,
revenge,
betrayal,
revenge,
weird ass monsters. There's a giant.
There's so many things. You have Chris Sarandon. He is Humperdinck.
Yeah.
He'll always to me be the Humperdinck or the guy, the neighbor from Fright Night.
No, he's always going to be Humperdinck. When I saw Fright Night for the first time, I was like, oh shit, Humperdinck's a vampire in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think, I wasn't like Chris Sarandon playing a vampire. I'm like, no, man, that's Humperdinck.
Yeah, Carrie Elwes.
Carrie Elwes as Wesley.
Yes.
You had Robin, I forget her last name, always. Robin Wright as Princess Buttercup. You've got Andre the Giant as
who is?
I always forget his name. I want to say it's pronounced Fezzik, I think is his name.
Yes.
I always pronounce it wrong. Always have.
Who plays Montoya?
Oh, it's
that's the one name I always slips my mind.
I know his name. Gotta whip out.
We came prepared for
whip
this
out
one.
the phone. Whip out the phone on this one, because like I know who it is, but I never remember the guy's name.
You just Princess Bride. Anyway, yeah, Peter Falk is the grandfather.
Fred Savage as the son.
Yeah, the kid from the Wonder Years. That's how I remember him.
Mandy Patinkin. Patinkin.
I would have never known that.
That's
name.
it.
I never heard that name before in my life.
I don't know why I always. Probably because you
And,
don't think a dude's gonna be named Mandy.
And
but then he does.
oh god, what is his name?
Was it Sean Wallace?
Yes, Sean Wallace.
Who's great.
I only know him from 2 movies. This one and Vegas Vacation. How about if I we go out back and I kick you in the nuts?
You're also forgetting he was Rex in Toy Story.
Yes.
You're forgetting one of my favorite and underrated 90s classics, House Arrest.
Oh yeah.
Love him in those movies.
And he's, this movie is so quotable.
Yeah, this is like, if you think about it, this was like the 1980s Big Lebowski.
Yes.
This was that movie that there's so many lines you can quote. There's so many references.
Inconceivable.
Personally, I think...
Anyone want a peanut?
I think as far as fandoms go, I know Lebowski has, like, the festival and all that
Lebowski
stuff.
Fest.
But... I find people are more into The Princess Bride than they will be with Big Lebowski. So in that sense, I find it more successful in that sense because I feel like it's more accessible and more people of all different walks of life get into it.
It's fun. It's a fun little movie.
It starts off, so like, I've seen like trailers and stuff, and you think it's just gonna be like the sword and sorcery, like medieval stuff, but it starts out just a kid who's homesick. His grandpa comes in to read him a story, and so the movie is the book as he's reading the book. And one of my favorite things about it, you don't see a lot in movies that do this because it's usually just that kind of stuff is like beginning and end stuff. This one plays out during the movie, so there's moments where like the kid will like hear something like, "Wait a minute, whoa, wait." What happened? Like, and they start talking, and so throughout the movie, not only do you have the progression of the story between Wesley and Buttercup and their love and everything, but you also have the maturing and the development of this kid as the movie progresses. And I think my favorite thing about that part of it is the grandpa is like, I can see you getting a little too excited. Maybe we should stop. He's like, no, I want to keep going. Oh, yeah. And I love that stuff. Yeah. Like it's so cool that they put that stuff in there and added that to it.
It's the things you think of, like, when you think Spielberg, you think the E.T. or you think the magic. It's the je ne sais quoi.
But in Rob Reiner's own way.
No,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like,
which is kind of funny. Speaking of Rob Reiner, what was the last movie you were on?
Yeah, he did Spinal Tap. And he kind of did that as well. I can't say I'm a Rob Reiner fan as far as a director, but so far, 2 movies of his I really like. So there it is. But, so Buttercup and Wesley are like, they're in love. She's the princess. He's like essentially a servant.
Yeah.
To her, and but they fall in love.
It's the classic tale of like Aladdin is the classic tale of
the love that can't be,
the rags to riches kind of thing.
And meanwhile, Humperdinck is trying to marry Buttercup, but she doesn't love him.
Yeah.
So once he finds out that Wesley's alive, because as far as everyone knows, he's dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he finds out, and so he's trying to do everything in his power to keep him from the wedding. And there's just a lot of great stuff. I think one of the lesser known or underrated villains is Christopher Guest, also from Spinal Tap.
Yes.
As the 6-fingered man.
Oh yeah.
I think my favorite, there's 2 moments that I really love him because they show how great he is as a villain, both as a badass villain and then as a cowardly villain. The badass scene is when he's got Wesley hooked up to the machine with all like the water and everything, and he says the whole like I've just sucked one year off your life. How do you feel? And it's like, oh, like that's badass. Of course, then when Humperdinck, but you also see a little bit of like he's cold-blooded, but to a point.
Yeah.
Because when Humperdinck sets the shit like all the way to the edge, he flips out. He's like, no, you can't do that. Like even he's just like, look, I'm ruthless, but to a point.
Yeah.
And then the other is when he finally meets up with Indigo. And like he you think there's gonna be this big sword fight, and he just turns around and runs. Like that's just brilliant.
Yeah.
Which then leads to them chasing him. Andre the Giant just punches the door open.
Yeah. Andre's great.
Oh my god, yeah.
Everyone gives an excellent performance. Everyone does. For a campy little fairy tale movie, which should be campy, but has that charm to it. It has everyone, you care about the characters. You want them to get together. You want that.
Yeah, and the thing I like about Sean Wallace as was it Vincini? I always forget his name too, which sucks. I've seen this movie so much, you'd think I would remember.
Yeah.
But the thing I like about him is he's an annoying villain, but like in that sense of you want the character to get his. It's not. Like, nowadays, I feel like movies aren't as good at that, and it's more, I just want you off my screen. It's not, It's not I want your character to get what's coming to you. It's, I just want you gone.
Yeah.
Like, in real life, like, get away.
Oh, I forgot he's also in another movie. He's in Clueless.
Yes, he was also in Clueless.
Yes.
It's another classic.
How can we forget Clueless?
And when that's on Criterion, I'm reviewing that.
Criterion,
I'll talk about that one with
if you're watching this, if you are.
It's a great movie.
Clueless. On Criterion Collection now.
And the thing that's really good about this movie is the way it balances like humor and drama and the fantasy element and the action. It balances out in such a way where like they it's not like a case of knowing when to do one and when to do the other, but they blend so seamlessly into each other that they're, you know, the first time you watch it, you don't quite know what to do, like what's the like you can laugh at and what's not. Yeah. But once the scene's over, you understand, okay, next time I watch this movie, I can laugh at that. You know what I mean? And which is a good thing. It to me, that gives it that replay value, that rewatch value.
The thing about this movie is I can't think of any flaws with it. Any big flaws. Any glaring flaws.
There's only one flaw, but it actually worked to the movie's worked out for the movie. And I understand why it was the way it was, but it's when they do the scene. Like I said, I wouldn't call it a flaw, but it's like I have a feeling it was just they worked with what they had to work with, and then just like came up with something, and it worked out great. But the scene where Buttercup jumps off the balcony into Andre's arms, had that they do that weird that like slow-mo thing, which it looks fantastic. And I have a feeling that wasn't even supposed to be in it, but because he was Andre was unable to really hold her, I think they were like, we got to figure something out.
What I meant by flaws is pacing.
No, none at all.
Character development.
Everything about this movie was great, and like I feel like anytime, not the only time this comes up, but when it could feel that way, bam, they hit you with the stuff with the grandpa and the kid.
Yeah.
So there's always something there to break up any potential monotony.
Yeah.
There's so much going on, yet they focus. Like everything is focused. It doesn't feel like we're just building to the next scene. It's like we actually get to live in that scene for a little while and then move on.
I'm not gonna ask you about Random Skip right now.
I'm reviewing it. So buy this movie.
I'm gonna say buy. It's in my cart actually right now on Amazon. Yeah. So no, actually I'm gonna take it out of Amazon because Barnes and Noble's doing their 50% off.
Yeah.
This month. So I'm gonna say buy on this. It's a classic movie. You have to see it, frankly.
I already have
to see it.
I already have it on non-Criterion, so I don't feel the need to buy it again. Yeah. But if I lose my copy, I will buy the Criterion edition. Because they do good stuff, and they do good stuff with good movies, especially movies I like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is definitely a movie worth checking out. There's so much more we probably could have said, but I feel like other people have probably said it better than we ever could.
So let us know in the comment section below what you think. What's your thoughts on Princess Bride? Yeah. Also, let us on suggestions. Please do it now because Filmstruck is ending at the end of the month. And because of that, it's going to be hard for us to do fan suggestions, especially if you want these obscure titles that are going to be expensive to get or probably not on any streaming sites. So please, put those suggestions there now, because we're going to watch a bunch of, because pretty much December is going to be fan suggested month. It's a Christmas present or a holiday present, whatever, for you guys, and also because, we got binge all the Filmstruck we can before it ends.
Well, you guys do. I only swoop in when it's a movie I know.
Yeah, so please
I cheat.
Comment now because, we're going to start planning this like probably next week or the next 2 weeks. So please do that. And
Joe will be back.
Yes. And next week
you'll get more analysis with him than me.
Another movie that's coming out this month for Criterion is a David Byrne movie called True Stories. I've seen a lot of people talk about it. I've never seen it. And I'm going to be real. I've never listened to the Talking Heads. So I know that I know David Byrne went to our high school.
Yeah, David Byrne went to Lansdowne High School. Don't talk to him about it.
Apparently, he doesn't like that.
He doesn't. From what I've been able to gather, he's not very fond of it, which I don't blame him. I went there.
Yeah, we went there. I was there. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be like a little homecoming.
Actually, I wouldn't mind getting in on that one too. 'Cause I like
Too
the
bad,
Talking Heads.
because Joe and I are gonna do it, and yeah. So let us know and subscribe. Also, this is also episode 200 week. It's coming Friday. This Friday, November 9th, is a short film I did. You're in it. Yeah, you worked on it, but you have a little cameo in it.
Yeah.
Here's a little cameo. A little cameo. There you go. Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
It was this one.
Okay.
This one.
Yes, it's a little hard short. Please check it out. It's like I said, November 9th, at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Just like it. Just watch it. Just watch it. It's only 10 minutes. So, yeah. So until next time, I'm Wade,
And I'm Scott.
and we're gonna close a book on this one. We will see you later.
Are we? Wait. Before we go, we haven't said this whole time. Wade, give me a demand.
That's the end of the show.
As you wish.